My name is Calvin Otieno, popularly known as Coach Arocho. As from the name, I'm Coach Arocho from Kitisuru Youth Soccer Academy, KYSA, popularly known as the White Army. That's my job. That's where I work. And by the way, I'm a Manchester United fan, a big hater of Arsenal. Ingawaje naumia.
Karibu sana Mr. Arocho.
Thank you.
Aha. So kidogo tu tuambie who is Arocho ama huyu Calvin Arocho ni nani, tumjue vizuri ni nani?
Calvin Arocho was born and raised in Unabei County. Kwa Glabiswanga. Si kwake, but she is the current governor. Or is my governor. I was raised in Karachuonyo constituency. Part of my life, nimeishi Ushago. Then joined Farasi in I think January 2011. I can't remember the date. 11th of January 2011, I joined Farasi. Class 8, went to Kangimi High School. Then after high school, it's all about hustling. Mjengo hapo na pale. But inside me, I'm a football lover. When I was young, my dad used to take me to the nearest stadium, and that was Osirian First Stack Stadium. It's in Naivasha. I used to watch football a lot. When the balls are played in Nairobi, you could not access because I was young. I think I was 5 years old, 5, 6 years. So tunaenda tu kwa jirani. The former Harambee Stars goalkeeper Noah Yuko was my neighbor. And me and other 5 Talibans, we used to call ourselves Talibans, but kwa subo wazazi kifika story ya ball. We used to go to his house, na bibi yake alikuwa salonist. Kalikuwa kamrembo. Alikuwa anatupia chai, atu ngumu. Unajua ukiwa mtoto ukishapewa chai na ngumu, amewin roho yako. So we watch ball, and I joined the academy at the Naivasha Osirian. And I remember well, it was in December when we had the 2002 World Cup. So unfortunate, I joined on Monday and exited on Saturday, same week. It was the earliest retirement I've ever had. Basically because my mom didn't love football, dad did. But mom, so he came to the hall, ya gava, kwa place nito Buruburu phase 1. So akapata hiyo hall ya gava watu hiyo ingia from 3 to 6. Madhe akaingia hiyo 6 kuniita. Unajua wazazi wa kitambo, mtu anakuja na kuita, endo nichukulie kitu fulani kwa duka. Alafu akaona mchezaji ameumia. Striker alikolide na defender. Na goalkeeper. Then akazile za mtoto wangu hawezi umia hivi. So she kept it and never told anyone about what she had seen. Only to wake up in the morning. Very chilly morning on Saturday. Anipata kwa grao, kaniambia, hey, where is your coach? Kamonyesha, kaniambia, we, toka weenda nyumbani bana, sitaki kuumia venye ule aliumia. And that was the end of me. But I swear, before, I don't know because of hunger or something, nilimwambia madhe nitakuja kuwa coach. Sitaifukuza mtoto akijoin ball, na napenda ball, na mzazi anaweza msupport. Wewe ndio unisupport. It was painful because you are living without a proper exploration. Then the dad was like, you should just continue. But mother alikuwa akisema amesema, to avoid all these skills, a familiar dad said, you know what, I'll be taking you to watch football. If you don't make it as a footballer, one day you'll be probably a coach or have a team. And the dream has been living in me ever since. And come 2022, 2021, I think so, I joined an academy called Master Sports. Then ikaisha 2022, around February, March hapo. Then May April towards May, we formed KYSA. Me and Coach Vharm, Kitisuru Youth Soccer Academy, the full name. So we were located at Lokabete Primary. So that's where the name Arocho came.
So umetuambia po coach na benye coach alikama kakua sijui kama ni kitu iko ama ni kitu inakuanga ama ni kitu hakuna. Coaches huenda kukua coach kukua a coach ama mtu anaweza amka tu leo na kuwe coach?
Good question. You can be driven by passion at first because huwezi fanya kitu pendi. Ukienda kwa coaching, just be ready kuumia. I mean, nothing comes for free. So just to take you back, when KYSA was formed, I had only 1 year experience under the head coach, and thank God for alikuwa level C. There is a coaching course yenye watu huenda. So after 1 year with KYSA 2023, I went to the coaching courses level D. That was held around January, from January 3rd kama sijakosea 2023 nilifanya Hospital Hill. So kunakuwa na hizo levels mtu huenda so that you get to know much on what to do and what not to do. It's a guideline to every coach. Unajifunza mengi. Then you get also to know so many people to learn from them. Yeah.
Okay. So so side unaweza sema you are a coach by profession.
Yes, I am.
That's good. So umaanisha hata tukikuja kufanya zoezi tunakochiwa na mponagia Kenya anafanya. Yes, that's good. Sasa so tuambie sasa, how did KYSA come to be?
KYSA was formed in April. It started being active on May 2022. We were training at Lokabete Primary School. Lokabete Primary School is located in Kitisuru Ward, Western constituency. So we said instead of looking for so many names out there, why suffer yet you have a location? You can use the name of the location. And bearing in mind there was another team that was being called KYSA. So I opted for Kitisuru Youth Soccer Academy.
Oh, so basically KYSA, that is Kitisuru Youth Soccer Academy. That is KYSA. All right, that's good. So KYSA. Oh, now in KYSA, which categories do we have in KYSA? Ni ya watoto, ni ya watu wazima?
From the word youth, it meant for kids. The youngest we have right now is 4 years old, Theo, if I'm not wrong. And the oldest is 17 years. So we deal with 17 years and below. At 17, you can get your club and which is if you're good enough. So it's better to start with these young ones. They grow as you monitor. So by the time anafikisha 17, you know the quality of player you have.
Okay. Yeah. So kumaanisha from 17 kuendelea, you don't have that space kwa team.
Yeah,
17.
Yeah, the reason being, my schools are closed to train on Saturdays, and you see there's an age that needs a regular training, and we cannot offer that regular training because of one, availability of personnel. Then these training grounds we're using are being commercialized, so people are being charged on a daily basis. So based on how many days you've trained, and it's high. So to avoid all this cost, that's first. Secondly, we are not yet under any other league, federation league. We were in under 13, I think it's over. But if you were to go to a sub-county or county to lead finances, and right now KYSA has no sponsorship. We are looking for, but for you to participate in those leagues, teams need to travel, players need to eat, match officials need to be paid, you need to pay the coach. When you are hosting, you need to pay the field. You need to have like ball boys, a lot is entailed. So without money, you cannot do this. So we only match at the age of 17. 17 when you turn 18, or if you're good at 17, we know a few coaches who have teams in county, regional, division 1, 2. We can be taken there for a trial. And if all goes well, you find your place and continue in the party.
Okay, that's good. Nimesikia umemention something about sponsors, lakini tutarudi hapo in a few. For KYSA ama from you as the coach wa hii team, what do you consider? Maybe kuna team ingine imeitisha tournament ama kuna league inaendelea na KYSA inatakikana kujoin ama iko na kazi ya kujoin. Ni nini inahitajika from your team ama nini request yako from the organizers ndio uweze kujoin the call?
For you to play friendly, lazima uangalie kalenda yako ya hiyo term. Na tunakuwa na termly calendars. Si tunatoa termly, not annually. So kalenda ya seme term moja inaweza beba league. So far league tuko nayo ni ya youth, inaitwa Diamond Youth League. Maybe under 11, the 13 under 15. So before organize tournament na mtu akuinvite tournament, you either decline or accept. You can accept kama naona fixture zako za weekend haziko intense. Ama kuna wale wenye yuko kwa ligi like under 9, under 7, so you have to consider them. They also need to play regularly to motivate them and also see their progress. Again, hizi team pia hizi categories ziko kwa ligi like under 11, 13 na 15 pia kuna wana watu wapatangi enough time. So when you organize a league and when you organize a friendly, we can go friendly lazima to have a chance. But that one depends on the weekend, the type of game you have. All that matters is the quorum, and you have to be prepared for it. Some leagues are so expensive, they need finance. Some are not, but finance, a little bit will be needed because you have kids from different backgrounds. So someone may not be able to afford that fare, but he's a good player. You can't leave that boy behind. She won't be prepared enough. So sometimes you decline somebody, thinks you maybe some sort of either. That's according to them. Mtu anakuambia kata juu unaona mko wengi ama unaringa hapa na pale. Sometimes unaangalia weekend yako kwaje. Last walicheza lini. You cannot be a coach who plays friendly every week. You had a friendly, you had a league. What are the mistakes you saw? And before you work on them, are you ready to play another match? So you are going to pile so many mistakes over and over. Take time, prepare yourself, then go for it. Yeah, so that's what it takes.
Hapo nyuma ulikuwa umesema team bado haina sponsors. Then sahii umemention kuna time unapata player kupoa, unataka aende the match kama ni league kama ni friendly, but unapata hana capability, mkono haifiki ku get maybe transport or something. So how as the coach wa team ni bado haina sponsor, how do you tackle that situation?
We operate as a family. KYSA operates as a family. So we have a database of every child. So from the database, we are aware of how many kids who can't afford. So we have parents whom we go to, we tell the parents, you basically go to the parents WhatsApp group and say we need this type of support. We have 5-6 kids who needs to go, or 10 or 20. Basically around between 10 to 15. And maybe mwalimu naenda ni around inahitajika per child 400. Them themselves they will fund. They'll help fund the kids. But you see sometimes when going to a major tournaments like the one you normally attend Arocho Kipaji, it's a lot. Catering for one child may cost over 15,000. Going to Diani may cost almost over 25,000. So for that one, we need to normally try, but it's not enough. We may not be able to cater for every child. But for friendlies, we don't leave any child behind because you don't go far, not outside Nairobi.
So that's good. Najua with the way our country is, najua watu wengi wanapenda ball sana. Na by the look of things, that statement is true to some extent.
It is
80 if not 100, ama hata 90 if not 100. So probably kuna mtu anawatch hii interview. Kuna organization fulani na watch hii interview, ni kampuni, ni sponsor, ama hata ni bank fulani. Na ni wase pia wako into kunacha vijana. Na kulingana na venye unaongea, the team needs a sponsor. In one way or another, you need a sponsor to run a few things here and there. So talk to this sponsor who is watching this interview. What do you have to tell this sponsor?
To anyone who's watching, football is fun. Football is a job. To some people, it's a hobby. And to our young ones, it's a dream. And they really dream a lot. These dreams can only be achieved if we support. And so far, the support we get from the parents may not be enough, especially for those, as I said before, we come from different backgrounds. You have diverse background kids. So for those kids who are much talented, but they are financially disadvantaged, we really feel bad sometimes when you go for a tournament and leave them behind. You know this is the only person who can save your team. And even it kills the morale of other players. And even him, because he's left behind. It's like the family is moving and leaving behind for no reason. And you may have the reason, but to him, he may not understand. So we know it's a business. And you will ask, why sponsor KYSA? We did it. But for now, our calendar is this. We have Arocho Kipaji. But before Arocho Kipaji, we have a Diamond League. In this league, any team that has a sponsor, you're allowed to come, pitch your tent, and sell your product. Whichever product you're selling. We have the Arocho Kipaji, normally held in Nakuru. At Nakuru Girls, Boys and Girls High School. Again, the organizers are giving that chance for every team that had a sponsor. You can come, have a workshop there for the 5 days. You will be there. Again, you can sell your products. You can have so many customers. There, you are allowed to do that. And even us, as we go to Diani again, that's the last tournament we normally have the year. It's held in Kwale County. For the 5 pitches that we have, and it's the 5 pitches that are available for that tournament. Again, the organizers are lenient enough. They allow teams that are sponsors to bring their sponsors or partners. You pitch your tent there again. You order the workshop there until the 7 days are over. It's a 7-day tournament. Diamond League again, that starts season 1 was from January around up to end of March. Season 2 started around May, ended July. towards August. And now season 3 is coming, starting 21st of September and ending 7th of December this year. So again, in those days, so normally on Sundays, whoever has a partner, and this is where we call, you can come, pick, pitch your tent, again, sell, you can be seen. On our social media handles, again, we can give you a shout out every post that we have. You can bring a few things, brand for us, maybe training kits, decide to sponsor 1 or 2 kits as per their level capability. So with this support, we believe that to not only support KYSA or the owner or the co-owners of the team, but again, if that support comes and help that child who couldn't manage to go to those major tournaments, it gives hope. And I believe through this, we can achieve a lot as a team and as a family, because that's who we are. So it brings a lot of joy to their face. And that's why we are calling support.
I believe football, you can say, is in a way pia kama life. Na we all know that in life kuna hanga na ups and downs. So probably whether kama coach and for the years you've been coaching, or for the time you've been coaching, you've encountered some challenges. So could you tell us maybe encounter challenges gani na how as a coach did you overcome them? In fact, tuambie ile yenye ilikuhit sana and how you overcame it.
Make on. I've been into football for 5 years only, but I cannot tell you a specific challenge. There are so many. Maybe I can mention a few. First, when you begin something, or even you open a business, you expect it to pay you back. It's unfortunate that we didn't have funds to start this. But the little equipments we had and the passion in us, that means me and Coach Vharm, we decided not to sit back and watch, because we are in another team and that team stopped and we had over 75 kids. So you can remember these 75 dreams are going to be shattered. So we had to act. In less than a month, they came with the name KYSA. We started operating. Biggest challenge is now that you are working on this, not paying, because the good parents who are paying left, because the team ilisha. So you're beginning again with kids from ghetto. So bad kuanza now, because they are the best when it comes to marketing you. But enda washai mtu asema hii team inatoka pande loka beti inafanya poa sana, we can call you again. But now we are operating that way. We didn't have a uniform. Our first match we played against Ujuzi at Parkland Sports Club. I remember telling kids to come with black t-shirts. If you have black t-shirts, how much is your black? Just carry it. And that's how we played. And I looked for another option, that is looking for another uniform. Apart from that black one, we didn't have, it wasn't even black. I just told them come with the black one. Then I had to design, look for someone who sells uniforms, look for a unique one. I came with the white. So tough to use because when the socks were white, nowadays we change them to black. Washing, when it comes to washing, is where now you draw the line. The parents cry. So the biggest, another problem is that I was doing this at the same time I was doing Jengo. So the little get from Jengo, you balance kwa buy equipment. And again, you see, you're human, you live and you pay rent. you need also to pay. So at that moment it was tough. It's one of the toughest things. Another thing that is heartbreaking is seeing a parent who doesn't understand football deciding to stop the child from playing in the name of, I want him or her to perform in academies. We do encourage that. And currently we have a partnership with, we have some same leeway to Kirangari High School, where our grade 9s normally go for trials. And when they're lucky enough, they get sponsorship for the entire high school years. So minding that these opportunities are there, and Kirangara has been for the last 3 years going to the nationals school games, kind of a perfect opportunity for a child to get exposed. So when you see a parent withdrawing the child from the team, it's very heartbreaking. It's very, very sad. I sometimes sit a few, go to their houses if possible, if allowed. Sometimes we meet and please explain to them that football itself is education, because we have 5 rules that govern KYSA, and imagine football falls the 4th one. Academics falls the 3rd. So we have to balance both academics and football. And in football, you learn a lot on life. Football relates with life so many ways. So sometimes the biggest challenge is the parent who doesn't understand. And then you lack the finance. Then you get invited to a better tournament. And you can't go simply because you don't have money. And the case will feel like coach attack. When you approach the parents, you may find 10 or 15 who want to go. And you have a team of 50. So how about this 35? And these 35 are carrying the guys who can also help in that tournament. So you might go to a tournament and participate instead of competing. So those are one of the challenges we have. To finish with, I'm being honest, our federation hasn't majored so much into nurturing of talents. And in serious countries, most serious countries, even in Africa, they have leagues running from under 9 to under 23. Our country doesn't have. You will hear, oh, there's a region that has under 11, another region that doesn't have. There's a county that has under 20. There's a county that doesn't have. So this also, it means a lot if it's not existing in a country. So a child or a parent will ask, when a child reaches 18 years, which team is really perfect? Even to admire. And especially you look at teams that like Gor Mahia and the FC Leopards, you expect them to have academies so that people admire. So in Europe, I once went through a certain documentary, and I saw kids admiring to play for the big teams in UK, even in Spain. And they were also in a very better academy. So they admire that level because they know what it comes with. Our country doesn't have. Then the big teams that have even home ground. The last but not least is the training centers. Kenyans are businessmen and women. And regardless of where our background is, sometimes they seem to care, but they don't. I remember when KYSA was starting, we were using locability. At that moment, you struggle as a person to even pay the rent. But somebody wants you to pay the field, yet nobody was paying. It forced us to start charging 300 shillings per month. And the school wants money. So going to other institutions nowadays, they have training fields, even those that belong to the government. They are also being commercialized. This is not bad because you're using their facility, but the charges are now becoming high, especially when they see you in uniform. They think that uniform generates a lot of money when you see. So that's another problem that we have. On top of all that maybe may not be able to mention right now.
Now, Coach, najua from this interview, we have 1-2 people wenye wangetaka kujoin a football team. Yeah. And this having confirmed, it's professional and you guys are working professionally. So what are the criteria? Alafu pia utuambie hapo kwa zoezi, how do you do it? Masaa gani? inakuwa aje? Tuambie.
We welcome every child. We are open to ages between 4 to 15. Currently, we moved from Kabete. Primary, we are at Department of Children's Services, Kabete, popularly known as Kabete Children's Remand. It's along Kabete Road, few meters, about half a kilometer from University of Nairobi. So joining us is so easy. If you go to our social media platforms, that is Kitisuru Youth Soccer Academy on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. You can also go to Facebook. You will find us, and my number again. Utaona namba yangu hapo chini kwa screen. You can reach me out, then we organize how your child can join. On training, we do have Saturday training sessions, especially when the schools are open. Kids are so much occupied. From Monday to Friday, they are in school. And even on Saturdays, you have some classes which are on, but not for all. So on Saturdays, we have 2 sessions. First session is for under 7, under 9, and under 11 from around 12 p.m. to 1:45. So by 2, we are done. Second session is for those who go to school and leave at 1. So by 2, they are at the training center. So from 2 p.m. to around 4. That's for under 13 and under 15. And on Sundays, as I said, 21st, we are beginning the league. So Sundays, they are occupied again with the league. So that would can help right now. I have something for my coaches, be it upcoming or number of our coaching. It's a tough job. You are there performing 2 responsibilities. One, you are a parent to that child, and at the same time, you are the coach. You are a teacher. You are guiding the child. So with or without money, do not let your vision die. Do not let that child who doesn't have money, his vision die, his dream die. Sorry. Sometimes it's tough balancing both family and football. But remember, it's a job. A mistake we do is sometimes we leave home with our emotions. Then you transfer into somebody's child. It's wrong. Sometimes we try our best, but it doesn't pay. It might take long. But one day, trust me, it will pay you handsomely. To those attending tournaments, it's something I've seen several times. You find a coach forcing a child who is 13 years to play in the under 11 category. The name of, I want to win the trophy. Let me tell you one thing. You don't understand what you're doing. And human is to error. That child will reach a platform where he or she is now needed to play the right category. So sad. And the only person to blame, it's you. Don't force a child to win. That's trauma. But if it comes their way, encourage them to play as a team. If they win, appreciate. If they don't win, appreciate again. Just appreciate. They love the little things we do to them. So first, you are the father of this, or father or mother of the child. Not biological, but by profession. So guide well. Check the words that come from your mouth. Sometimes you use bitter words. But remember, whatever you're introducing to the child when training them, you are the one who knows. They don't know. And even you are mature enough to understand something. Sometimes at once you can understand. With them, they are too young to. So you have to bear with them at all cost. Don't force to win a trophy. Again, I repeat, don't force a child to win a trophy. Some use canes to cane children, unless they make a mistake, and if allowed. Because sometimes you may use it with goodwill, but find yourself beyond the pass. The last, the way you dress, that's how they will cope. That's what they will copy. The way you talk, that's how they will talk. If you are not disciplined as a coach, don't expect to have a disciplined child at your team. And if there will be, one or two, kosa kukosangi. But if you want discipline to be instilled in your children, even for those who come from backgrounds people don't, because I know some kids come from backgrounds where parents don't care. But when they find a system there, there's a old saying that says, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. And if they do it 7 or 21 times, that's what 21 training sessions consecutively, it becomes part of their routine. The 4 languages kama au utumi inaanza kuisha kutoka kwao. Uwizi kama iko inaanza kuisha. And then you will bring up very wonderful kids. But if you are crooked, rude, don't expect your children to be very disciplined. They will be just like you. Mtoto wa nyoka, nyoka. Thank you. And don't stop working on yourself. Be blessed.